Abortion does not necessarily mean that you don't have conscience. There can be empathy in abortion.
A society that has accepted to legalize abortion, you have created a society where their mental space is filled with psychological entropy. I will tell you right away that this is a demonically oriented, sophisticated manipulation.
Criminalizing abortion is not going to stop women from having abortion. So abortion should be legalized in Nigeria.
A woman can get pregnant by any means. It could be through rape. It could be anything. Are you a woman, sir?
You had a child through rape, and so you feel that you have to terminate it. You don't have the moral justification to terminate that child. You kill your conscience and now spill innocent blood. No, I'm exasperated. I don't like that.
Part of my superpowers as a woman is that I can give life and I can take it.
Wow, you amaze me.
Here are the prompts we'll be discussing on today's episode. Please signify if you agree with the prompts. The first prompt is, abortion is murder.
I believe abortion is murder because there's no other way to explain it. There's a life growing in you and you decide to kill that child.
First of all, life begins at conception. The act of taking a human life is murder, and that is an anathema, that is a taboo.
Can you create a human being? If you can't create, so why then take a life? So abortion to me is murder.
I want to establish that for you to take human life, you should know that you have done something wrong. And every wrong comes with consequence. So I take a stand that abortion is very, very wrong. My name is Benaya CN. I am currently a teacher and a creative writer. We should understand the sanctity of human life. Abortion is a taboo. In short, it is an anathema. It's a crime against humanity. Abortion is morally wrong against God and against humanity.
Can the disagreeers now speak?
If you call abortion murder, then technically you're saying pulling out method is murder, wearing a protection is murder, because this is it. What is life? A thing that can feel, sense, think. The five senses works. That is what life is. Even a tree has that, apart from hearing. So now, how can you define the word abortion as taking a life? Something that has no conscience. It's a tissue growing in your body.
It's just fetus. It's not murder. It's so unreasonable to call abortion murder. I mean, when the mother finally gives birth, and the child is living, the child is breathing, and you kill that child, that is murder. You should die for that. But it's still inside of me. I haven't given birth to that child. It is not murder.
Abortion is like you have a pencil and it has the eraser at the top. You clean your mistake. That is it. What's the point of bringing, for instance, you bring a child to this world that there's a whole lot of things wrong with it, and you do not even have the means to father or cater for that child. What do? Before it develops into that stage of being born as a person, you don't even let it come into this world at all.
For something that is still in the developmental stage, it is not even here yet. That is not murder. That cannot be murder.
What is life? I can see that from our arguments, the opponents, they don't know what life is. And I will have to define that. Life starts from conception. The question as to when human life begins is strictly a scientific question and should fundamentally be addressed by embryologists, human embryologists. Now, life begins when the spermatozoa, that is the sperm, meets the egg, fertilizes, and forms a zygote. Every living thing has their own definition. The definition of human being is that a complete human being must have 23 pairs of chromosomes. Now, spermatozoa does not have 46 chromosomes. That is 23 pairs of chromosomes, which is structurally and chemically different from a zygote. Now, as long as there is pregnancy, it indicates that the spermatozoa, there was fertilization. You know what I mean? That is the spermatozoa and the ovum, they have met, giving a definition of human life. Now, touching that human life is tantamount to killing a human soul, which is another way to define murder.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Life starts the day the child is born. Because if life starts at fertilization, we should count the birthday from then. We shouldn't count the birth date from the date that the child was born.
When you break an egg and you fry it, and when you let an egg to hatch and you kill the chick, what's the difference?
Are you trying to compare?
No, I'm not complete. We are talking about life.
To a chick.
It's life. We are talking about life. No, excuse me. This is not one. It is not a comparison. It is life. We are not specifying. We are not pointing to say human life, animal life. No, it is what? Life. You break an egg, you fry it, you're happy, you've eaten. And then there's the egg that has hatched, and you bring the chicken and you break the neck.
Yes.
Which one seems more barbaric?
Brilliant. I compliment my friend, okay? I really compliment that, but I have to correct that too. Oh, I don't know where you don't expect, listen. Are you a human? No. Please, just calm down.
Life
calm
is
down.
life.
I marvel at your speech. I want to tell you the gravity of what you just vomited. Listen, you are a human being. Do you know this human life has its own sanctity? Do you know that? We have just ridiculed the human race. We can be defined as animals, fine. That is not the complete definition. We are higher animals by scientific definition. So our life cannot be compared from whichever perspective, whether from theological perspective or from a scientific perspective. Our life cannot be reduced to that of a chicken. Can you compare yourself with a chick?
Can I tell you something?
Please, let me ask you
You
a
are
question.
talking, excuse me, you are talking based on the country you are in. Do you know in abroad a chicken has rights?
Right,
are you aware?
Right to what?
Right what? Do you not know that?
No,
your
no,
dogs
give me
have
the
rights,
example of
your
right,
cats
and I
have
will-
rights, your chickens have rights. You do not have any right to
Right to
murder them in your
what?
house.
Right to what?
Whatever thing it's on that earth, the moment they come there, if you're a vegetarian, you will know this. I am a vegetarian. That's why I used a chicken life to compare. Because Zuma was sanctioned because he kicked his cat. In Nigeria, they'll say because he kicked cats.
I think human life is overrated. Una go just die at the end of the day, no one. What's the essence? Human life, chicken life. The fact that you can carry your knife and kill a chicken and you don't feel remorseful about it, then you should not feel remorseful about aborting a child that has not even come to the world.
What she's saying is that she can take up a knife and kill a child, and it's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I am saying that if you can carry your knife to kill a chicken or boil an egg or fry an egg that has not yet formed into a chicken, then you should not, since you don't consider that as murder, you should also not consider killing a fetus that has not yet formed into a whole human as murder.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
It doesn't.
Development is stage by stage. Human being has several stages, and none of these stages should be tampered with.
Yeah, I agree.
You kill your conscience and now spill innocent blood. No, I'm exasperated. I don't like that.
And it's funny to me.
What gives you that moral justification to take a human life just because you think it has
Now you
not
want to talk
developed?
about
A
morals.
child that can become a doctor tomorrow?
Where has morals gotten us?
No.
Where has morals gotten us?
Oh my God, when you ask some questions, I marvel. Let everybody do
You
the wrong
stand
thing.
right.
But if it's only one person doing the right, where has morals got it? Is moral wrong?
Okay, you made mention, you said a child that can become a doctor, right? That nobody has the right to terminate that future. Have you forgotten that the same way you think that child can become a doctor, that child that pregnancy that you refuse to terminate can grow up to become a nuisance, to become a pain in the ass of the society, because the mother who had that pregnancy, who knew that she didn't have what it takes to give a child the best of life. So, but, because of your own selfishness, because you want to clear your own conscience, you don't care about the life of that child. Abortion does not necessarily mean that you don't have conscience. There can be empathy in abortion. You as a woman can get pregnant by any means. It could be through rape. It could be anything. Are you a woman, sir? Do you know what it takes to...
I'm a woman. Let me answer that question.
As a woman, you carry a child in your womb. You put your life on the line. Also, you do not know that one of the most dangerous things that a human being can embark on is giving birth to a child. Do you know how many pregnant women are dying? I'm not saying that it is wrong to have a child. I will have mine one day. It breaks my heart every time I see a child on the streets that don't have good quality of life. What are they doing here? You are bringing them to the world on the basis of it can become a doctor in the future. Do you know how many hooligans out there? Do you know how many nuisance? Do you know how many bad people out there that it's better that they were not born at all?
Thank you.
Okay. Personally, I plan to adopt as many children as I can. I will adopt and take care of it. See, you don't have to raise the child if you don't have what it takes to raise the child. You can give that child out. There are lots of people trying to have children and they can't have children. Then you are getting children back to back and you are killing them. They murder them because you feel that you can't give the child what you think that the child needs.
Have you thought about the aftermath of what happens to the lady that is pregnant?
That gets the abortion.
Exactly. What if she dies in the process? Have you thought of that? A friend of mine back then in school, this is what happened to her. We all, we try to convince her to keep the child. We even, talk to her, okay, we're going to help you financially, morally. I don't even mind you coming, staying with my parents. They will understand. They will take care of you. I talked to her. May her soul rest in peace. I pleaded with this girl. But she said no, that she can't stand the shame. She can't stand what people will say. And she went ahead to have this abortion. And she died in the process. I know what it took us to even break the news to the parents. What killed her? We can't even say.
First of all,
okay,
I empathize with you for your friend that died in the process of abortion. You see, things like this is why we need abortion to be legalized. We need, it should be everywhere. Like every health center, hospital, clinics, people should be trained to abort.
Please, please, please subscribe to the channel. My boss is literally going to sack me if we don't get to 100K subscribers in the first half of this year. Now, back to the show. Please signify if you agree with the prompt. Abortion is justifiable in situations of rape and incest.
I have never been raped before, but I do have a friend that was raped, and then she was pregnant from it. By myself, I followed her to go and remove that child because I know deep down that she will never, on no account, love the child. If she heals from the trauma, it's going to take time. When she would finally learn to practice self-love enough to be able to share that love with that child, she would have damaged the child. A damaged child then grows up to become a dangerous man and then damages another female child who grows up to be another dangerous woman that damages another male child, and the cycle continues. So yes, abortion for rape, for incest, and for many other reasons. Thank you.
Whoever that person was that raped you, you don't even know the lineage. You don't even know if like A, AS, SS. You don't even know. The only thing you know is you. So why would you even keep a child that is coming from rape?
our friend got pregnant through rape. Things like this happens a lot. You're coming from a dysfunctional family. Now you got raped. Now you have this child. You are angry. You know that rape now is not you. You could even be a virgin and you get raped. All the pain that you are bringing, all the trauma, you are looking at that child. You are putting all of your pain on an innocent child that could have just gone jeje. If I was not here as a human being, what difference would it make?
Oh my God.
Yes, society would continue. It's a choice to keep a child. If my mom did not make that choice for me to be here, I won't be.
I'm also of the opinion that abortion reduces poverty rates, especially in this Nigeria.
It does.
Because the cost of bringing a child to the world
I mean, what SMA
and
gold is about
training a
25,000.
child is not a joke. If you can avoid it,
Exactly.
then please do.
Please do.
That way, how much? Your salary, your 200,000 naira salary will be enough for you to buy a few things without you going over the board or whatever. It reduces poverty rate. It should be legalized.
Can the disagreeers now speak?
I disagree strongly. I feel a child from rape is the same as a child from a sperm bank. Yes. If I'm 30, no. Look, I'm here. If I'm
now.
30,
Let her make her
and I
point.
feel like, okay, okay, I'm 40, I don't have a child, I have a good job, or I'm just doing okay, and I want a child, because in Nigeria, children are like, what do you call it, insurance, yeah? And I want a child, I can go to a sperm bank, artificial insemination, and have my baby. It's the same thing with rape. Wait, then if peradventure you were raped, because she keeps saying financial, peradventure you were raped and you don't have the financial ability to train that child, give that child out.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yes.
You keep saying give that child out
Give
like there's
that
a
child-
call.
See, I know a
We
lot
have
of
homeless
people
babies' homes that
don't
is
have
still
kids.
filled up. You say give that to who?
Give that child, bring the child
To
to me.
who? Presently, as we speak, we have a whole lot of motherless baby homes. No one has picked the ones that are there. They are still there. Like they keep multiplying. You see a child on the street, you take he or she there. There is no call for any woman that doesn't want her child should call this number. No one wants to raise another person's child. You don't even know what the father stands it. You don't even know what the father's life was like. You don't even know what the mother's life is. So I'm not in support of that at all. Mine is, you cannot handle it. You are not ready for it. You get rid of it.
You keep saying dysfunctional family. I put this to you here and now. We are all from dysfunctional family. You see, we all wear clothes and be like, oh my God. If we put those oh my God down and say the truth, we are all dysfunctional.
Yes.
Now, another problem we have is why we don't want to have kids. You feel like, I can't give the child the best. What did your papa give you when you take their life?
Oh, so I should
What
give my
are you
child
talking
the
about?
bare minimum.
We all assume that we know what's best for the child. How? You are not God. You don't know tomorrow. See, I was born with nothing. My family, we see shaggy. But today we're all doing well.
Can I ask you a question? So now you should just keep multiplying because of 50-50.
50-50. You are bringing
Children are blessing. No matter how they come, cherish them, nurture them, allow them to come to this world. They did not commit any offense. They did nothing to you. They didn't even ask you to go and have sex. So allow them to just come and know what they will be in the future. I don't believe that because you were raped, you should, kill a child in that regard. Let the child comfort. Then leave the rest for God.
Now, the question is, for whatever action you do, any sane mind, the reason that justifies your action is what to try to check. Now, you had a child through incest. You want to abort the child. What have you achieved? What has happened has happened. We just want you to prove that, man, I am up to life. I'm going to give back to I'm going to surprise life.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Who are you proving
now,
to?
Yourself. Yes.
that you are
How will
strong.
you prove to yourself? What are you proving?
No.
But what are you proving?
Proof in this context is determination. If you don't know this.
Determination is I
Now,
will
let
climb
me
here.
come to
Proof
is-
is
let me
I won't
come-
show these guys how I climb here. There are different things.
No.
Continue.
I want you to understand the meaning of my proof through the context. Okay? You had a child through rape. And so you feel that you have to terminate it. If you check the reasons surrounding all these things, you know that you don't have the moral justification to terminate that child. First of all, I want to tell you that what you cannot give, you cannot take. And what you cannot take, you cannot give.
Part of my superpowers as a woman is that I can give life and I can take it.
At will, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
One.
It must be God there's...
Two, earlier, you said that aborting a child that you got from rape is also like going for sperm, something, collecting sperm.
Not
and
aborting, keeping a child.
It's like when you don't understand the meaning of rape. Rape is forceful penetration, and doing your artificial insemination is you carrying your two left leg like this.
You want the
Yeah,
baby.
you want it. By yourself. You thought, I am ready. Now, my love, if you are ready to get married and you met a woman that you really love, and when you finally visited your bride-to-be's home, you realized that she is a girl that enjoys making love to her father to the extent that she has a child for her father. Would you continue with the marriage? Will it not shake you?
Why I will not answer that question is that it doesn't have much relevance to the issue on ground.
Incest and rape.
No, it's out of context.
It's not out of context. Maybe when she said she was in the world, she enjoyed, making love to her father or her cousin, and then she had a child. Now she has given her life to Christ, and she wants to settle down. You that I'm looking at with your glasses, will you accept?
Are we talking about marriage here or abortion?
This is going to be the aftermath
Of that
If she
child
keeps
that you kept.
child, this is the aftermath.
Concentrate on the child,
If
not
you are
marriage.
about to get married, let's not even use that one. If you are about to get married to a child whose mother is a daughter to her father,
If we,
would you continue?
it's termination of marriage, termination of human life.
We should have terminated that human life so that marriage will not happen.
Wow.
Wow, you amaze me.
Abortion should be legalized in Nigeria.
Number one, criminalizing abortion is not going to stop women from having abortion. Let that one sink in first. In fact, make the rule that if you terminate a fetus in your womb, you are dying by the sword. It will still not stop people from having abortion. Now, you saying that abortion should not be legalized, then you're saying that the woman or the girl child of the Nigerian society does not have fundamental human rights to her own body. And since we already know that abortion will happen, people will have unprotected sex, even when we scream that, oh, this, that, why not give a legal and safe measure of evacuating or aborting these babies to reduce the death rate of mothers when they remove the baby? Why not save them from now going to the quack doctors that will now do it for 5K, 10K, and then they will not have complications, they will not die? Why can't a young girl that wants to remove a baby walk to the hospital, fill the form, speak to the doctor or the gynecologist or whoever, tell he or she why she wants to have the abortion? She has the abortion successfully, and the Nigerian whatever constitution even sends her blood tonic and send her for group therapy so that she heals from the emotional pain that follows.
Exactly. And it's simple. It's like...
So abortion should and must be legalized in Nigeria. Thank you.
It should be legalized because the rates at which we reproduce is the reason why almost everything is not enough. But imagine a state whereby, just like going to the chemist and then you meet You meet the person, then you go into the pharmacy and you meet the chemist and be like, "Boy, what's up? I just need a drug for abortion." And it's just, okay, take this one, two nights, 2 days. They write everything and then it's normal.
Without
It's normal.
stigmatizing you.
Control. Instead of saying, what is this? What? There's no one that is going to say, this thing you're doing is wrong.
If a woman deems it fit that she wants to keep a baby, that is because she knows that she can take care of that baby. And if a woman is telling you, I cannot have this child, I'm not fit to be a mother, then nobody should be looking at her like she's crazy. Government should please help legalize abortion. And if it is legalized, people should be trained. Like, experts should be going to churches, they should be going to schools, they should be going to places, gatherings, teaching women as to, making them see the reason that, if you know within yourself that bringing this life, you don't have what it takes to nurture it, to be a positive influence to the society, please, what about this option? Women should, it should be a normal thing. Stop shaming women, stop stigmatizing them, stop making them feel like they are the most useless person because they have chosen to abort or they choose to abort.
I also want to add that not every man can be a mechanic. The same way, not every woman is designed to be a mother. The fact that we have breasts and ass and hips does not mean we all are designed to be mothers. Motherhood is not for everybody. If we legalize abortion in Nigeria, we also help reduce the poverty rate, because there are a lot of people who cannot afford to take care of themselves, yet they bring forth more children to the world, hoping that one child will become a president and save the rest of the 15 from poverty, which is a very stupid mentality, if I must say. And at the end of the day, life is about how we died. What is now the essence of bringing that life that we end up dying?
Can the disagreeers now speak?
If there is wrong and you give instruction with regard to that wrong, not to do it, if everybody in this world does that wrong, does he make that wrong right? Because she said that even if they criminalize abortion, that they will still do it. Does it mean that, does it make abortion now? Because everybody is stubborn. Are you justifying the stubbornness of the people? That is one. Now, understand, my dear, that when you say you have the right as a lady to remove anything from your body, please understand that a lady does not have spermatozoa. What formed in your body came from a different member of your species. Such, you don't have the right to remove. You can remove your fingernails.
I don't get egg.
You can remove your fingernails, okay? You can do whatever with your body. I like the way you specify with your body. But that thing you are removing is not just your body.
Is it not my egg? Is it not my egg?
Now, fine. I like that question.
Inside my pouch.
Okay, fine.
Inside my stomach.
Fine. This takes
taking my blood.
Okay, now.
Sharing my food.
I like that. Now, let me answer you from a scientific perspective. Now, the product of spermatogenesis met eugenesis, and they form a totally different thing. That lets you know that you don't have the right to remove it, because it is not your body you are removing. It's hybrid of two things. That is what I want to establish. Now, is it good for us to legalize abortion? Wow. Any society that accepts abortion has created a culture where life is disposable, like a tissue paper. Come on. Yeah. You are reducing human being. I mean, you are demeaning the value, the sanctity of human life. Now, if you are telling a child to do this and the child grows up, you brainwash the child to accept abortion. I will tell you right away that this is a demonically oriented, sophisticated manipulation.
No.
No.
Don't bring spirituality
No,
into it.
he can bring anything.
Another reason why abortion should not be legalized is that once you do this, it will create a society whereby individuals, including teenagers, will be carried. In short, the society will be polluted.
Yeah.
Okay? It gives, it frees the teenagers that consciousness, that fear of doing, you now free their mind. Abortion is okay. So even the reasons they have, their conscience does not prick them again. They are not guilty again. I can remove, so they can justify it. After all, it's removable. You know that abortion leaves the victim with trauma. We were talking the other day that you can remove it because rape has trauma. It has tragedy. Do you know that the tragedy of rape plus the tragedy of removing it, you are talking about double tragedy.
Yeah.
You didn't even consider the other one.
But can you compare
now, I'm
it
coming, I will
to the
land.
trauma that happens,
Now,
the trauma that will
does
become
not
a
remove the fact
cycle?
that there is trauma.
You are
we are
not
only
looking
talking
at the
about levels of trauma.
aftermath.
A society that are accepted to legalize abortion. You have created a society, insane society, where their mental space is filled with psychological entropy. A depressed society.
Do we know that for every life that you take, you have shortened your lifespan? Are you aware of that?
Can you prove it?
You don't know.
Can you prove it?
You don't know.
Can you prove
Prove
it?
it,
Because you're
please.
taking a life, you don't know.
Can you prove
Take
it?
that one first. Do you?
Can you prove it?
I
Yes
can
or
prove
no?
it. I can
With
prove
what?
it.
With what?
I can prove it. Can you Google it? Can you Google it? For every life you take, you have taken 5 years out of your life.
This
Like,
is Tales
for instance,
Babulite.
you want to live for
This is
45
Tales
years. You're
Babulite.
living.
Don't worry.
It's not
Don't worry.
tales.
This is Tales
I'm
Babulite.
telling
Don't
you
worry. I don't want to stress
reality.
it.
It's
What is
not
the reality of what you
tales.
just said?
You,
What is the reality of what you
need to
just said? Do you know what reality
You
means?
need to read.
Read what?
You need to read
Read
so that you
what?
understand. You
Oh,
need
no.
to read. When I was doing my 1-year IT in River State, so I met this family. The husband, he deals with local roots. He helps people cure them, their sickness and all. I think he also do this local abortion. We were just conversing. I was just conversing with the wife. She told me that she has had 20 abortions. And I was like, and you're still alive. He said, it's by the grace of God. So that was now when the husband had been like, he was like, she did those things when she didn't know the implications, but I don't think she's gonna walk through that line again, because for every abortion she commits, she's removing 5 years of her life. And I was like, oh wow, so why don't you people preach it? So that was the reason I had to just bring it up,
Excuse
Let
me.
me also say something that is it that we no longer have a conscience, like we don't have conscience, like we can just do anything at will. If it's something good, why didn't the government legalize it even before we were born? Have you asked yourself? Because they know the disadvantages. There is a saying in my Igbo adage, "Arụrụ ala gba afọ, ọwụ omenala." Like when evil becomes like it's what they do every time, it becomes a norm.
One more thing, yeah.
Like, where is our conscience?
A lot of girls are still sane, or they are still abstaining from premarital sex because they know that if they get pregnant, they're in trouble. So just imagine telling every girl, we're talking about every girl, including the one that is 10 years old, that you can have an abortion. When I was in school, I was already in my 3rd year. My friend got pregnant. In my 3rd year, I was still a virgin. So I don't even know plenty things. But I had this friend that was doing there and see like there's no tomorrow. So I went to meet her down, took us to the place. I escort, and she had the abortion. The very next month, my friend was pregnant again. Auntie, what happened? She said, condom, no, they sweet. By me. So why you can't let me go through? Because see, escorting somebody to do a D&C has its own trauma, its own pain,
But you
its
chose
own
to do it
regrets.
anyway.
Do you understand?
That
So
means
why did
you are a
you
carrier of the
decide?
guilt.
Yes, I carried that guilt for months. Till tomorrow is still paining me, not even months. Yes, because till tomorrow is still paining me. My name is Sarah Chika Olaya. I'm a certified beautician. Somebody I know, she aborted an 8-month-old pregnancy. I don't know how that is not murder. Till today, I've not been able to get my head around it. And I know a lot of people that have aborted pregnancy and they're still living in regrets. I had a friend that once said to me a couple of years ago, and she was like, if I had kept that baby, it would have been in university by now.
Condom, no, the sweet.
Condom, no, the sweet. Then you born the kid.
Wait. What is the essence?
Burn
Wait now. What is the essence of licking sweets with the nylon when you can just take it without the nylon? It's very simple. However, let's come back. You are talking about the fact that if we legalize abortion, then we are turning the society into an insane society.
Yes.
Let the insane tell the sane that they were once sane too. And tell the sane that it is normal, absolutely normal to be insane. Because being sane in an insane society is in itself insanity.
No,
we are already in an
yes.
insane society.
Yes. And there are still
Let us
in the society.
just manage it. If we do not legalize it, there will still be premarital sex.
Yes.
There will still be unprotected sex. Because
Yes.
between me and you, condom no dey sweet. There will still be abortion.
Born the pikin.
How about we just make it better? We have condom, we have pills, we have insertion methods, we have a whole lot that will not even affect you if you've not even had any child before. There are a lot of all these, that you can also use as a single lady or as a single man. We are going to tell them about these things because we also don't want them to go through the trauma that abortion will put them into. But bear in mind that the trauma that they will go through after giving birth, even a married woman that gives birth also goes through trauma, and it is bigger than the trauma of abortion. I can tell you that for free. Why not just educate them along?
Education.
Carry the society along.
Exactly.
And tell them, okay, tó bá tiẹ̀ wá ṣẹlẹ̀ tán, we offer you this neat, clean way of removing it. And we will not stigmatize you. I have a dream. Maybe. I am not sure. The fact that we are still talking about it in this year, the fact that it has still not been legalized in this year, it makes me think maybe our society is not dealing with what it's supposed to deal with. This is an issue that they should have already, settled long before my generation.
We are not saying abortion is enjoyable. We are not saying abort as you like. No. Because abortion is not only teenage girls that gets an unwanted pregnancy. Even married women get unwanted pregnancy. Some already have 3 kids. The husband and wife are already struggling to take care of these children.
Yes.
And then another one comes and, so we are not saying that society should start going mad and people should start aborting everywhere. That's not what we are saying. We are saying that let women have the option of aborting if they know that they do not have what it takes to give this child a quality life. You are not a woman, so maybe damn.
Okay,
Abortion in itself traumatizes you as a lady. So it's not a flex. The fact
Even the person that escorts person to abort will be traumatized.
It's not a flex.
Your reasons for justifying a thing is what counts. You cannot legalize abortion because the reason for whoever wants to abort is not substantial enough.
I'm sorry, I won't even take this from you because you're a man.
No. You gave an example now. You gave an example that you cannot. You know that you cannot.
The fact that you're even saying as a man that a woman not wanting to keep a child is not substantial enough. Sir.
No. Of course, ignorance should not justify wrong. That you don't know the way to deal with something does not justify. There are people that have been in that and they have taken steps to do all this.
Do you know that there are women who give birth to a child, right? Then they do away with that child. Maybe they dump the child somewhere. Or they sell the child somewhere. Or they do something, postpartum depression. Do you know that there are women who do that? Because they are not mentally fit.
Before that lady dumped that child, did she meet a psychologist?
The psychologist
No,
in
no,
your
no, no. Let's
society.
go. I want to hit your ignorance. Your ignorance.
No, no.
Any person that does that, they were pieces of information that the person lacked. And that should not justify why she did that. It's ignorance. There is pressure on the government to legalize abortion. But the pressure is not what you should use to consider taking away human life. So I think the reasons are on ground. They are not substantial enough to approve abortion. That is why up till now, Nigeria will never legalize abortion.
It's okay for the biological father to insist on or dictate the keeping of a child.
Any man that dictates that a child should be kept, I think we are lucky to have a sane man.
True.
That does not mean a woman should not have a say. Okay, after considering whatever, now dictates means that maybe the woman wants the child to be terminated, but he stands on his ground and says, no, this child must be kept. I give kudos to that man.
If a man is saying, yes, keep this child, then as a woman, I think you should. Because he's definitely going to be there for you. Do you understand? Yes, he's definitely going to be there to take care of the child with you. So he's trying to say you are not alone. Keep this child.
He has the right to tell you what to do. Please keep my child. I don't want you to. Yes, he has the right to dictate.
Can the disagreeers now speak?
The man cannot dictate if the pregnancy should be kept or aborted. That word dictates already is taking out the fact that he is not the one to carry that life. Women are the primary caregiver of children. The man can have a say. Nobody is taking that. But the woman plays a major role in the keeping of the child, the well-being of the child. She's the cook, she's the nurse, she's the teacher. She's the primary person in that child's life. So she is the number one person to determine if she wants to keep that child. Childbirth is one of the most dangerous things humans do. And only women give birth to kids. So a man cannot dictate. You can have a say. If you are giving birth to a child, you are literally hanging your life 50-50. You could die out of it. Many people die out of it.
I got pregnant when I was 16, and my boyfriend said no. He was not ready for, a child. I was in 100 level. But you see, I'm from a Christian home. I have the Christian/Yoruba training in my subconscious. I kept the child. I got the support of my mother, of my nuclear family. I kept the child. We went to look for this guy's family. He said no, that he had told me to abort his child. And so they did not, give us any respect or anything. They just told us to go. My son is 7 years old now. He has never met his father. Every day, I wish two things. That I listened to him to abort the child. And at the same time, I wish that he looks at me and say, let's keep this child. Because at the end of the day, I am so proud to have this child. He is almost like the best thing in my life right now. At times, I even feel like I don't deserve him because he's like super brilliant and the likes. Where am I driving my point? If I had a man that said, girl, we are keeping this, we are doing this, maybe I wouldn't go through all of the pain. Maybe I would have had a hand to hold me through the trauma. There was the postnatal trauma. There were the times that I wanted to kill myself. There were the times I wanted to kill my child. Yeah, I was 16, like I said. I was in uni. I was in 100 level, as a matter of fact. There were just times that I did not understand what the whole thing was. And there was the complication after birth, because they had to cut me out to get the baby. And I had a lot of complications from it. Now, I went into therapy. I have healed from all of the trauma. I have fallen in love again. I want to settle down. This man proposed, a new man, and I could not accept because I realized that I now have secondary infertility due to the complications from the birth of my child. When a woman goes through childbirth, it is more painful than abortion. Let me tell you that. My doctor told me that I was going through the biggest pain on earth. I don't think a man should dictate to me to go through the biggest pain on earth. But I would have appreciated if I had that hand leading me the way the society expects that the man leads the woman. I didn't say it would have been easy if the father of my baby was present, but we would have shared the burden. Psychologically, emotionally, sexually, in so many ways. Trust me. If I am to go through all of that trauma, all of that pain, then the man should not dictate it.
Okay, you're speaking from
a place of pain.
I understand.
Yes.
A place of pain.
Wait, let me speak from that exact same thing. You know the problem we have in this country now, is all this independent woman. Nobody can talk to me. Nobody can tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. That is the problem women have now. Why will nobody be able to tell you what to do? Who are you? Let me speak from that same pain. I had an abortion and I was depressed for years. I almost killed myself. Do you understand? I wished I had died. Do you understand? So that depression, that pain, that anger, that resentment, you can ask them whether you decide to have the child or not. After having an abortion, for months I was depressed. I was seeing things. I can just see some children playing on the street and I'll start crying. It was that bad. The trauma, it's way beyond how people see it.
Without a man, would you have the child?
Listen, that's not what we are saying.
Are you getting it? We don't have the child, so he has equal rights, as same as you.
Equal rights is different from
tells you to
dictate.
keep. That is
Equal rights is different from dictate.
Oh God,
Do you know what equal rights is?
With the rights, he can actually dictate
Excuse me.
because
No,
the
no, no,
child
no, no,
belongs
no, no,
to
no, no,
him.
no.
That
What
is what
a
I want you
what
to
a
understand.
dictatorship is?
Hey,
Against
the person is
your
telling
will.
you what you should do with his baby. That is what I'm trying to make you understand.
Growing inside of you.
Exactly.
Growing inside of
He
you.
put the baby.
A man should have a say, but should not dictate what a woman wants to do with the pregnancy in her, because it's not him taking the child, it's not him going to the labor room, it's not him that is going to pass through that pain. The only thing a man will pass through is the bills, the hospital bill, and that is the man that even wants to keep the child.
Does he also have the right to tell you, please abort this child? I don't have what it takes to be a father.
Are we talking about aborting the child or keeping the child?
We are saying the same thing.
You are talking about an equal say. We are talking about dictating.
What is the
When
difference?
Dictating is saying you have no say.
Omo, you don't have a say.
No, you
That's
are
what
just-
a
You are just
dictatorship
a
is.
vacuum. Do you know what dictatorship means? You have no say.
You have no
My
say.
word is
Why won't you
law.
have a say?
That is what we
That's
are
what
saying.
dictator is.
Have you seen a fanatic before? Something you believe in with your total life, you can 100% stand on your ground because the full proof is there that this is right. There are other connotative meanings of dictating. Do you understand? But the one in context here is that I tell you that I am 100% sure that this thing I'm telling you, baby, is right. It's coming out of a man that have understood the gravity and consequences of abortion. So say, baby, no, I'm sorry, but this one, We are going to keep this baby. So he has the right to dictate in that context.
Nonsense. A man should not dictate to a woman what to bring to the world or what not to bring. A man should not even dictate to a woman at all. Yeah, nonsense. I'm not saying do not suggest or come to terms, talk together. The word dictate just takes, everything off the point. Say, for instance, if the man says you must remove it when the woman wants to keep it, or the man says you must keep it when the woman wants to remove it.
When I tell you what is right, and it's obvious that it is right, if you agree with me, fine, we don't do it with issues, we don't raise voice. I've not removed your right to be part of the consensus. But when something is 100% right, and you said no, so a man should insist that abortion should not be heard of, not to talk of his wife doing the abortion. So when he insists and the woman calls it dictating, so be it, as long as life is not taken.
You know that reservoir of water, yeah? Both of us are to fill it up. He pours in a bucket, and I pour in 50 buckets to fill the rest. Did we put in the same effort?
No.
That is what you're saying when you say a man that pulls sperm in an enjoyable, in a pleasurable way has the same right or more right to dictate to a woman that now goes through all of the process, the growing, the body changes, the pain in the nipple. Have you given birth before? Oh, no, you have not. Good. Me, I was in labor for 5 days, so understand it now. The labor, the sewing back, the whole process after giving birth, the sleepless night, it is not the same. Do you get it now?
I don't.
There are enough resources to raise a child in Nigeria. Since no one agrees, can all the disagreeers now speak?
Nigeria is a developing country. It's not possible
After many
that there will
years.
be enough resources to take care of a child. It's not it's not possible. Taking care of a child is not only financial. It takes a whole lot to take care of a child. So, and remember, we're all damaged goods, whether we like it or not.
I'm not damaged, though, I beg.
Whether you agree or not, it's nobody's business.
You cannot say we are all.
You see, in parenting, there's no manual for parenting. We take a bit from the church, a bit from the street, a bit from our parents, a bit from our environment, and most times we end up damaging our children. So there's no manual for this is the right way to train a child. So most times we just find out that we are damaged. Even if you have the financial know-how to take care of a child, what about the spiritual? What about the mental? Do you understand? So in Nigeria, no, we don't.
Raising a child in Nigeria, be you the rich or the poor, it's not easy. Part of the poor, there are certain things that you can't afford or your parents can't afford as a child when you're growing up. And then when you go to the rich side, we now have peer pressure. There are things that you can afford, which it's not supposed to be taken at your age.
Nigeria resources in the hands of the mighty, and these people are not willing to relinquish it to the masses. So it's just few people that have this wealth. So it's very difficult, especially when you are coming from a poor background.
Let's put aside financial or whatever. Taking care of a whole human is not a child's play. It's not something you just dabble into. Even if you are happily married and you have all the money in the world. Now let's go to the mental part, the emotional part for me. Look at me now. I don't even understand the essence of God. Religion makes my head all upside down. So when my 7-year-old asks me, Mommy, is it true that Jesus turned water to wine? I want to tell him that, well, actually, I think that thing is nonsense. But at the same time, I'm like, well, he turned it. Okay, so Mommy, means I want to turn water to wine and I want to be Superman, this Batman, this thing that used to fly. Because Jesus is a miraculous person. Means I want to be a miraculous person. I'm like, I don't know. So it takes a lot. It takes from you at the end of the day, bringing up a child in this type of society that does not have enough for the adults and much more the child that takes much more. No, Nigeria is not ready for children. Let's abort them.
You don't have a conscience. If your mother had aborted you, would you stand and say they should terminate another pregnancy? You don't have a conscience. So when I see such people, I don't really like, battling wars with them. I'll just, okay, that is you, do you, and see the results at the end.
Nigeria doesn't have the resources from the education perspective. Even if Nigeria, the federal government pretends to give the students free education, the free education is not genuine, because at the end of the day, they will leave the teachers unpaid for months. I'm not saying that the resources are not there. The resources are there, but it is far from enough. Health, we talk about health. Okay, look at our hospitals. Just go there. Okay, they will give you paracetamol.
We all know that financially, Nigeria does not have close to enough resources for the children. We don't even have close to half. Because if we do, we will not be seeing children in abject poverty. Children that their parents cannot even afford decent meal that a child needs for them to develop properly. Women should be trained. They should be educated on how to give birth. They shouldn't even wait till they are pregnant and then they start antenatal. No. A life is too precious to just leave it, believing it on 50-50. God will do it, God will not do it. No. So I think in places of worship, in schools, women should be educated even before they get pregnant.
I am beefing you.
Okay.
But you speak a lot of grammar, Sha.
As in,
I told you now. I said when he wasn't saying anything, I was like,
You was reading when we were
Well, he was reading.
I said it.
I said, what are you reading?
This one that is making research.
That
was nice.
And then you gave him your charger.
the chromosome of the end.